Erum here for Altenew. Today I'm going to share a card with the color combination that I've used previously before joining Altenew. I'll talk about that in a bit and also share the card photo. Today for my card I'm using flowers from the Perfectly Perfect stem set. I'll use antique gold embossing powder to emboss several flowers and leaves because I don't know how many I would need, so it's better to heat emboss several images just in case. I can use the leftover images on some other project. After I'm done heat embossing them, I'll use Altenew watercolors to color the images. In the card that I made previously, I used a mix of distress inks as watercolors. But today I'll use the Altenew 36 pan watercolor set. For the flowers, I'm using cotton candy and grapevine. This will give me more of a tea pink color. Okay, so my mother just heard me say tea pink and said that you wouldn't know what pink tea is. It's actually Kashmiri chai or Kashmiri tea, and it has a beautiful pink color to it, hence the name of the shade tea pink. It's very common here in Pakistan, and it's a proper shade like a turquoise or lilac. You can Google Kashmiri tea to have a look. Also can make yourself some if you have the leaves. It's really tasty. Back to the card. For the leaves, I'm using espresso watercolor. I'll first apply water to the petal and then add cotton candy pigment. I'll spread this around and then drop in grapevine pigment closer to the flower center. Not going to think too much about the shadows today, just going to add color, do some messy watercoloring. The flowers are gorgeous, so I can get away with it. I'll leave you with some music. I'll be right back. This is how the images will look after the watercolor is dry. Not too bad, yeah? They'll look better once I've arranged them. Now I'll work on the card front. For this I'm using spicy yogurt cardstock, which you'll find at the Altenew store. It has a beautiful grainy texture on it. It is one of my favorite cardstocks from Altenew. So I'm going to apply lots of water onto this panel and add a light color wash of espresso watercolor, the same that we used to color the leaves. On the original card, I've used a darker watercolor. I'm going to keep it light this time. I'll dry the panel and add splatters of the same color. I'll let this air dry. I will die cut the images using the Mini Blossom die cutting machine. This is always on my desk, so helpful to have a tiny machine for die cutting. It is so easy to use, and I don't have to push everything off my table to die cut things. Back to the card front. I'll add fine black paint splatters now and set it aside to dry. Next I'll heat emboss my sentiment on black cardstock. Then I'll add a thin strip of gold glitter tape on one edge. I've cut out a frame from this die that we get with our family scrapbook collection. I'm using it here as a decorative element. I'll use foam tape to pop this up. Then I'll start with the floral arrangement. All the flowers will go on different heights of foam tape. When I say heights, I mean thickness, as in some flowers will have one layer of foam tape, some two, and so on. This adds to the dimension and the card looks so good in person. Alright, we are done for today. I hope you liked the card. I know some of you have already have their Altenew watercolors with you, so try this. Tag me or Altenew. This is super easy card and looks pretty too, so no excuses. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.